Welcome to the Awkward Squad Reviews. During the time of quarantine, we were all going to do this together, but we can't see each other and we all live in different places. So, my name is Eva.
I'm Shri.
I'm Rebecca.
We all met in our first year of college, and
last year.
yes, last year.
Yes.
Shri
Almost
posted
to the day.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Shri
exactly
posted
a year
days
ago.
ago. Yeah, she posted a couple days ago on her story that it's been exactly a year since orientation, which is where we all met, and how the Awkward Squad was born. Let's be honest. Shri, why don't you tell the story? Because I wasn't actually there.
Okay. Well, I mean, you were there, but you weren't there. Okay, so
yeah.
technically,
Shri and I were the first people to meet.
Yes.
Yeah.
The day of orientation for our college, we were all in person back then because we didn't have a pandemic. And it was a 2-day event at our school, and we were supposed to stay in the dorms one night, and there was supposed to be a bunch of activities. So the first morning we were there, I dropped my bags off in the dorm that I'd been assigned, and then I made my way down to the lobby where a bunch of other people were also waiting. I was standing next to Rebecca, who I did not know at the time, and everyone else was like talking to everyone, and they all seemed to like have friends, and I didn't. Like, I didn't know anyone who was going to this school with me, so I kind of just like said out loud, wow, they seem to be running late, because technically the program was supposed to start at 8, or at least that's what I thought it was supposed to start.
No, I think what it was you're like, I thought this was supposed to start at like 7:30, and I was like, no, 7:30 is registration. 8
Right.
is when we're starting. And I had, like, she just sort of said it out loud.
Because I was trying to get someone to respond to me, because I was...
And I did, and we stood there for... I don't know how we actually got talking. I don't remember that exactly. What?
I think I asked
Somehow
you,
we
like, what
started
your
talking.
name was.
We were both very awkward. We lived up to the Awkward Squad name.
Yeah.
We started
Fun
talking-
fact, I wasn't there because I was late, like every Indian person I know. I was late. I actually came to after registration and putting myself in the room, everybody was already like inside for the intro, and I was like, no! And I was like running really fast, and I got lost, and it was a whole mess. Yeah. That's why I wasn't there.
She and I hit it off pretty quickly, talking about different series that we have a common enjoyment of.
Like books,
And-
right? I think it was. Books
Yeah. Like for the Percy Jackson book.
Yeah.
And
I think that you and I, Rebecca, were in the same group too. But I don't think we really talked to each other. I think, do you remember when we had like games in like the library with another group? And we had to play, I think it was the rock, paper, scissors game or something. Do you remember that?
You guys
I
played a
think you
rock,
were my
paper...
partner. Where you do rock, paper, scissors, and then it's like, oh, I have one person, so I have one win, so you find somebody else that has one win, and you keep going.
Yeah.
I think you were my partner for one of the games, Rebecca. I think that's how we met. Because after we met,
there's also like that weird thing where it was like energetic Eva.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right. We had to do that too. Oh,
I remember.
just to clarify, guys,
after
we were all divided into groups at orientation based on like planets. It was really weird, really
Venus,
corny.
right?
Yeah, we were Venus. The only way I remember that is because it's the shaving thing. That's the only reason I remember it.
Nice. I think I was
remember
Mercury.
because of Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of like Greek mythology and stuff.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
I appreciate how Shri and I went for the Greek and Roman gods, and you're like shaving products.
The funny thing is, I'm not into beauty products, so that seems like the most ironic thing about this whole situation. Like, I think my mom was the one who told me, she's like, oh, it's like Venus, like the shaving thing, and I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Anyway, so Shri and I hit it off, and we found out that we both have a love of sitting in corners.
And being
And so
awkward.
the awkward squad's natural habitat became whatever corner we could sit in.
Especially at orientation, we just literally sat in the corner of whatever room they took us, like the auditorium and
And
the
fun fact, we're
classrooms.
all sitting in
Enjoy
corners
sweet.
too.
Yeah, I'm
And
sitting in
even
a
now,
corner
we're all
right
sitting in
now.
corners. So yeah, that's how the awkward squad was born.
Yes, and then we added Eva to our, well, actually, I first met Eva the night of like the first night of orientation.
Yeah, we playing Uno, and then we all
Yeah,
played Manhunt.
actually,
It
the
was
whole reason
dark
why I
outside.
played Uno with her was because, well, my dad had just left, and right before leaving, he was like, find an Indian friend. Anyone, just find one. And I was
My
like,
dad had
okay.
told that night, actually, that evening before we went out to do that whole game stuff, right? I was talking to my dad, right? And he was like, "Oh yeah, so I met this uncle, his
I
Indian
met her
uncle."
dad before I met her, by the way.
Yeah. I was like, I met this Indian uncle, and his daughter's name is Sadhna, and maybe you could find her and you guys can be friends, right? Because like I didn't know anybody going to the school. I think actually I do know one person who went to school, but I wasn't friends with her, so I was like, it doesn't really like change anything. So it's like maybe you
Okay.
can be friends with her. So I was like, fine, and then I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot your name after he said it. I was like, Tadna. Okay. And then I don't know if Rebecca even knows, but there was a girl in our group named, and
Oh,
I thought you were her and like your name, and I thought
no.
that was your name. And I was like, but she doesn't, because my dad was describing your dad to me. And I was like, and then how he described you. I was like, but that doesn't sound like the girl in the group. I was very confused. And then when we met at Uno, and you're like, "Oh yeah, my name is Sadhna, but my nickname is Shri." I was like, "Oh, okay, now I know who you are." All right, so we should move on. Yeah. So
Right.
after we met in orientation, there was like a month before, not month. It was like a couple weeks before we had
Yeah.
to move in. But Shri and I ended up being roommates, and we met and we hit it off really well. Like we remembered each other from Manhunt, so we were like friends. And Rebecca, I think we had a class together, and I think that's how we all got really reconnect. Like the three of us got connected. I think that's what
I
happened.
mean, I was friends with Rebecca too, because during orientation, we made a Discord server.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think because I remember I think it was you that like reintroduced us all together.
Me?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
So, but
I remember you being like, Rebecca, there's a great person to join the awkward squad.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because me and Eva, within like the first few days of move-in, like we were like tight, and me
yeah,
and Rebecca were also friends, and I was like, oh, what
this is
if we
match made in heaven,
combined it?
guys.
Oh yeah, because Eva and I share a brain.
Yes, we
They
do.
do. Yeah, once I introduced them, it's like same person now.
Yeah,
No
there's
difference. Same
no
brain.
difference.
Copper sulfate.
Yep, it's called persulfate. There you go. There's some inside jokes that it's too hard to explain. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Copper
Just
sulfate.
copper sulfate.
So
The people who watch this video can just wonder what that means, but
yeah, well, we all had chemistry together. We all have chemistry.
we have great chemistry.
So me and Rebecca had the same chemistry class in the fall, and then the three of us all had the same chemistry class in the spring, and so we all just generally have great chemistry.
Exactly.
But after we really got to know each other, we were like friends, but we started watching movies together in the first, I think, month or so of moving in together, and that's how we. And so it started out as our roommates. We have 4 roommates in total, and it started out being a roommate thing. And Rebecca became our honorary roommate, and so she started coming to the movie nights. And then the other 2 roommates kind of did their own thing after that, and the 3 of us kept watching movies, and that's how we really got really tight, I think. Like, we were friends, but this is how we really became friends.
Yeah. I lived in their dorm.
Yes.
Basically.
We had 4
She
rooms,
lived on our
and then, yeah, she basically lived on our couch.
Yeah.
But our first movie together was Emma,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
that's our movie today.
Well, the first movie of all 3 of us.
Of all
Yeah,
3 of
They
us.
had
our
Yeah.
first.
they had watched it the night before. Then they said they mentioned to me that they had watched Emma, and I was like, "Oh, I've never seen that." And they're like, "You've never seen Emma?"
So good, guys. Oh my
Introduced it
god.
to
Just
Shri.
watch it the next 3 nights.
Yeah, we just kept watching it.
And then
Yeah,
we watched it with other friends too. I think we've introduced like
we've
almost
introduced
everyone.
Emma to a lot of people.
Yeah.
We're just dragging people into Jane Austen.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is our world. We even toyed with calling this the Jane Austen, was it Jane Austen reviews or something like that?
Jane Austen
We even toyed with that.
Yeah. But then we just went with Awkward Squad because.
Because that's who we are. That's who we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, Jane Austen kind of sort of sounds way too fancy for us.
Honestly,
Yes.
yeah, we're not sophisticated enough.
Honestly, Shri, sometimes I forget that Shri isn't
Yeah.
your name.
Yeah.
Because
Shree's not my name, by the way, guys.
Yeah. We all go by nicknames. Oh wait,
Yeah,
well,
Eva,
we don't call
Shree.
Rebecca.
Well, yeah, I mean, Rebecca's just Rebecca. We could call you Becky.
No,
No.
I call her Beck. That's my
Beck,
name.
yeah.
Beck.
Oh.
I'll
Beck
go by
or Bex.
Beck or Becca, but I will not go by Becky.
Yes, no, we know. Becky, you just don't look like a Becky, like at all. Becky
Thank
does
you.
not
I don't want
describe
to.
you.
I don't know why. I just don't like the nickname Becky. I like both Becca and Beck, just not Becky.
Yeah, so Beck or Bex is my nickname for you.
Ooh, Bex is nice, actually.
So
I did not know
are we
about
universally
that.
calling you Bex now?
You can call me Bex, yeah.
All right, so that's your nickname for our group now.
Okay, yeah,
I'll call
your name
you
is
Beck,
Bex.
but the group is call you Bex. Yes.
Okay, I'm Bex now.
You're Bex. I will,
So
generally
we need to-
speaking,
So we
call
need to
you
reintroduce
Rebecca.
ourselves. I'm Eva.
I'm Shri.
I'm Bex.
And that's who we are. This is the Awkward Squad.